Hello, good evening, and welcome to this first ever episode of Pathfinder on my YouTube channel, JC Roleplaying. This is in fact our second adventure as a group. We have been going for... How long have we been going for? A few
About a
months?
year,
A
I think.
while.
As as um as a group, we had a previous D&D group, and then we kind of knocked it on the head for a bit, and then some of us came back together to do Pathfinder. So Pathfinder we've not been doing very long, but
Going to say,
we have
year
played
for
together
one
before.
campaign, we're doing well.
Yeah, well, it was what was it? We did. It was about a year ago that we did. A year and a bit ago that we did Lost Mine of Fandelver, and that had a rotating cast of people, and we met face to face, and then we kind of have moved into a hybrid play model, as is often the case with. I'm peaking really badly there. I should make myself a bit quieter. But as often happens, people come and go. But we are now a group of 5 players. There are 4 of us tonight. Sorry, 5 players, 1 GM. One is absent tonight, and we are about to tackle the second adventure in the kind of the Pathfinder beginners set, if you like. So the first one was called Menace Under Otari, which we did a little while ago, and we had a little bit of a gap in between. Last week we were supposed to start, and possibly even the week before that, but last week I had a terrible throat infection, so I couldn't talk. And considering talking is basically what I do, we couldn't go ahead. However, without further ado, what we had better do is do a quick around the table where we introduce both ourselves and our characters. It doesn't have to be chapter and verse. You can just say, "Hi, my name's Fred, and my character is called Bob." You know, a little more than that would be nice, but you know, if you feel a bit self-conscious, you don't have to talk for ages and ages. I can go first if you like. My name's John. I am the GM of this campaign. I have been doing lots and lots of role-playing at the moment. I currently run 4 campaigns at the moment, 4 sessions a week. And I do a lot of D&D 5e, but also a little bit of Pathfinder, which is this. Yes, I think on and off I've been role-playing and GMing for about 20 years, but there have been some big gaps in between. Did a lot at school, and then for a while in between, there was just nobody in the world seemed to be doing it. And then we had a nice lockdown, and that kind of brought all the nerds out of the woodwork again, I think. Anyway, I am going to hand you over to Sam, who is the next box visible on the screen. Fire away.
So my name's Sam. I've been playing D&D and a little bit of Pathfinder for a couple of years now. I think the Lost Mine of Fandelver was my first one. My character is Brock. He is a dwarf champion and likes to hit things with a hammer.
A noble enterprise. So Lou is not here today, but hopefully you will meet Lou next time if you are watching. Next we... What was that?
Oh, sorry.
Are you talking to the dog? Okay. Next, Gareth. Tell us about yourself, Gareth.
Hi, I'm Gareth. My character's name is Feg. He's a half orc fighter with brain damage.
Very good. Right, let's move on to Michaela. I have just realised that I put your name down as Frog, so you can call yourself whatever you like.
That's fine.
Fire away.
Okay, so my name is Frog, also known as Michaela, and my character is called Adria, and she is a human Undine, something like that. Witch.
That's the one. Okay, and
That's all I remember.
that'll do it. Last
No.
but not least is Dave. Fire away, Dave.
Hello, my name's Dave. I've been Probably playing D&D and Pathfinder in video games form for quite a while, but not done a lot of tabletop. But did the first campaign with a time oracle named Carlin, but he got lost in the time warp a little bit. Slash, I found it too complicated. So I'm back for the second campaign with a thief. He thinks he's a bit of a private detective. His name's Ivlin Verhees, and he's going to try and solve whatever's going on in Atari.
Very good. Thank you for that. I know that can be kind of a lot of people's worst nightmare to kind of, all be sitting around a table and then somebody says, "Why don't you tell us about yourselves?" That sort of thing brings me out in a cold sweat. But here we are. It's all done. I am now going to. Oh, that's weird. How did I manage that? I think somebody's who's creating characters. Right.
Sorry, that was my fault. I was trying to add my new character, and it just added 2 completely random characters.
Oh right. Yep. Yeah. Your character is here, but I haven't assigned him to you. Apologies for that. Here we go. Allow me to do that. There we go. I knew there was something I'd forgotten, so I pushed the button. You should now be able to see your character. I have not got as far as doing power card scripts, but I'm going to delete the extraneous ones unless there's anything in there you need. I will take the resounding silence as a no, I don't need those. And there we go.
No, hopefully I'll just work off the character sheet, I expect.
Cool. So I'm going to play some background music. I'd forgot I turned it off to sound check. So I've got some nice royalty-free music so that I don't get copyright strikes from YouTube for being naughty and stealing other people's music. Our brave adventuring party, who are officially / unofficially, one or the other, unofficially called Feg and the Squirrels, due to reasons which may become clear in time. The party, I am going to move us down onto the party screen. I am going to move this screen a little bit to make it better, a better view. And I'm going to turn that music down and the background sound a little bit. There we go, because that was a bit loud, isn't it? So here we have our brave heroes. Aidan the cat at the top there is Ardria, the witch is familiar. Previously, in a previous adventure, our party were employed by Tamily Tanderveil, who is one of the notaries of the coastal city of Otari on Galarian, which is the world in which Pathfinder is set. Tamily Tanderveil tasked the party with finding out what was the cause of huge numbers of her fish going missing. She owns a fishery on the dockside, and the party ventured beneath and found out that there were a party of kobolds raising a dragon egg that they had found, and they were hoping to kind of use it to conquer the city, I think. And the party defeated the nefarious machinations of the kobolds, thereby saving Otari. In this follow-up here, the party have been asked to go and meet with Tamily Tanderveil at the fishery. The fishery doubles. Oh, you know what I've done there? I have not given my point of view account the ability to see through any of your eyes. Some of you will not be able to see a thing, because if you don't have night vision, it's pretty dark. So how do I do it? I put it there. That will give me the view from Ardria. This will only take a few seconds. We will get more efficient as we go. This is the first time we've done this. as a group, and so a lot of the things that I have set up for my other things are not fully implemented here. There we go. So hopefully, did I give you night vision, Ivran?
Can't see anything, so perhaps not yet.
Yeah. So low light vision and night vision are not the same, but there ought to be some sort of lighting, considering that you are at an outdoor venue. So I'm going to put some light sources in, just so that we
I
can
can see my token.
Yep, that's good. If you couldn't see your token, we'd be in trouble. Light sources. I have a helpful folder with light sources in it, and I can't find it anywhere. There it is. What colour light should we have?
Green.
Green? Green lights at a fishery that doubles as a restaurant? That sounds a bit weird. I am going to bring out some orange lights. And I'm going to put them on the wrong layer so that we need them on the map layer if we want them to be visible. And then we'll have some yellow ones in the form of candles, maybe. Anyway, we begin to get an idea that there is some light in the world, and that it is not all as dark as I accidentally made it just a minute ago. Why are my light sources not coming out? Curse you! Grr. I just tried to pull out several and they wouldn't have come. They wouldn't come. There's one. Oh, okay. Apparently I haven't made that one visible. Anyway, never mind. We won't worry about that. We will just put some orange ones in. Okay, so you are standing outside Tamily Tanderveil's famous fishery, where food and drink is served as well. So the freshest fish and the tastiest local ales are all served here. Tamily Tanderveil has invited you to come and meet her at her fishery for a bit of a chinwag and maybe the offer of some work. So if you would like to take a wander inside, then you are more than welcome. Hopefully you can see now, because I've put some light sources in. So if you click on those door frames, then the doors should open. It does seem a bit dark inside, doesn't it? But hopefully it'll yeah, I need to work on my lighting on this one. The sounds of chatter and laughter spill from Otari Fishery's open doors, alongside warm and welcoming lamplight. I mean, not so much of that right now, but within, a few dozen common folk gather around rough tables with cards, dice, tokens, and other game pieces scattered among them. A friendly and freckled human woman pops up and grins in greeting. And this is Tamily Tanderveil, who I will try and blow up on the screen in a minute, not in an explosive way.
Very quick campaign.
Yeah, that would be a sad ending for her character. There we go. So here is Tamily Tanderveil. She is a oh, did I do that or did somebody else do that?
Do what?
A card has been drawn.
That was me. For some reason, they're showing on my screen and I can't get them out of the way.
I can hide them. They are. I made them visible to you so that you could use them when the time came, but I can make them go away. I think there might be an option for you to hide them yourself, but we'll just we'll
That's
make
what I
them
was trying to
disappear for now.
find.
If there is one, I'm not sure if you can, but it will be under the collections tab on the right hand sidebar. Are you looking for the door?
I'm looking at something because I can't see much. There are some red dots. Is that the door? Oh,
Yep.
oh, hello.
That's the door in there. Right, I need to... I'll work on my lighting better for next time. Sorry about that. I'll
Right.
Anyway, what you notice, Tamily Tanderveil, who you've met before, she has a pegged leg, which is painted red and white with red and white stripes, with a bright blue bow on the top. At the top, it thunks against the floor as she hurries forward. I'm so glad you came. Welcome. Can I get you something to drink? Snacks? She gestures towards an empty table near the corner, and with a flurry of clattering activity, she sets out bowls of fried vegetables, a platter of sausage rolls, plates of cookies, and mugs of frothy ale. She lifts her mug in a toast, much like I'm about to. Cheers! And now everyone knows that a good adventuring team... Oh, let me benefit from punctuation and try that sentence again. Tamily lifts her mug in a toast. Now, everyone knows that a good adventuring team needs a base of operations, right? A hideout, headquarters, a place to sleep that doesn't charge by the night, right? And I have just the place for you. An old fish camp I used to run, right up the road from here. I haven't been using it since I opened this place up, and I owe you all something big. If you want it, it's all yours. Just be careful when you check it out, since it's been empty for a while, okay? No telling what's holed up in there since we left. Oh, and don't mind Blue Finley. They're harmless. So, she pauses to allow you to ask questions if you would like to. She passes round snacks, these fried vegetables that they refer to. I can only imagine that they are like chips or deep fried sweet potato or something. I can't imagine what other vegetables you would fry, to be honest. Unless, of course, they're like crispy coated vegetables like they do, you know, kind of Thai style with the batter that I can't remember the name of. Tempura, yeah. Maybe it's kind of an Asian kind of twist, you know, and they've got lots of tempura battered things. But either way, what would you like to do?
Again.
Yeah. Can we ask who Blue Finley is?
Oh, Blue Finley. Well, in one of the bedrooms of the fish camp, there's this rather morose spirit that just kind of hovers around, feeling a bit sorry for themselves. They're no trouble, really. Just, you know, puts a bit of a downer on things. So, you know, they've never hurt any of us, but what I tended to do was just kind of, you know, not make up that bedroom and just keep the door closed and, you know, not listen to any wailing in the night, really. I mean, I suppose you could have a chat to them if you fancied, but we just...
Yeah, everybody has to
it.
put up with my wailing during the night anyway, so we're quite used to it.
Oh, yes, I've heard about your wailing and thrashing, Feg. That's why I thought you might need a fish camp, because you know, there's only so many inn beds that you can wreck before it starts to get expensive.
So how long will it take us to get to this fish camp? Can we package
Oh.
up some of this great food and take it with us?
Oh, of course you can. Help yourself, yeah. But I mean, you might want to wait till morning. But you can go right now if you want. It's not far from here. It's about 6 miles away. So just follow
Really
the.
better with a good night's sleep and a bit of a drink up tonight, and then do the hard work tomorrow.
Oh yeah, sounds like a plan. Jinx.
Well,
Oh,
in which case,
I mean-
another round of drinks for us then, I think.
Yeah.
Coming right up. She gets up. She walks over to the bar, which appears to be unmanned in this map, but there's various people milling about. You, of course, remember this place from when you fatefully journeyed down a trapdoor into the cellar, and then through the cellar wall to adventure. But she comes back with a tray with another round of drinks on. She puts them down on the table, says, "Drink up, there's plenty more where that came from. Nothing's too good for..." What's your party name again?
Beg and the Squirrels.
Veg and the Squirrels. Such an unusual name, and I don't even think there are any squirrels on this island. Still, you'll have to tell me where that came from someday.
At least you know you better about that.
Say that again?
It's a
You
long
go,
story.
Feg.
It's a long, painful story.
Oh, well, I mean, if it's painful, don't put yourself through it. Not just for my idle curiosity.
It wasn't painful for me.
Oh, who was it painful for? The squirrels.
Yeah, I don't like them very much. Put it that way.
Oh, that's... Well, I mean, you've come to the right place if you don't like squirrels. There's hardly any here. They don't like the sea air, I don't think.
Well, that's a relief. You don't have any other animals that look like squirrels, do you?
Well, let me think. There's some pretty big rats. They look a bit like squirrels.
Yeah, they do actually.
I mean,
Don't like them either.
tail's not quite so impressive, but you know, similar sort of general outline.
Yeah. Have to keep an eye out for them.
Well, you know, wherever there's people, there's rats. So,
With the
But-
rats.
feel free, you know, if you find any of them, you know, don't go lightly on them.
Is there anything else we should be careful about when going to the fish camp? You said no one had been there for a while. Anything we should expect? Keep an eye out for?
Well, it's right by the seafront, so we did occasionally get a bit of an infestation of giant insects in the nets sometimes if we didn't clean them out properly. You know, had to box some of the lads' ears for not doing a good enough job of sorting the nets out after a catch. I don't know really.
Okay, so maybe some insects to be wary of. Right then, folks. Should we get on with the drinking and then get on with the get into this camp?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Cool. So you pass. Let's see, there might be a little bit more text here. So, Tamily grins. She drains her mug, and she says, "Great, it's settled. Once you get there, I'll take care of the paperwork so you can have the deed and make it official." She hops up from her chair. "I'd better get back to work, but you're welcome to stay as late as you like. Play some games if you like. Drinks tonight are on me. Just just keep waving at the bar staff." You pass a pleasant evening and drink many a flagon of ale. And you have lots of tempura battered artichokes and asparaguses and other vegetables, which can be deep fried and battered in tempura, or they could just be chips, whatever you like, really. Food and drink are plentiful. Presumably you return to your lodgings. I'm going to assume that you find your lodgings without incident. And then a new day dawns. So I'm going to take you to a map view of Otari. This is the town of Otari. You are told that the fish camp is a few miles out of town, along the road. And so, is there anything you would like to take with you when going to the fish camp? Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
I don't think anything more than our packs and everything else we normally have, I'd say.
I assume we have the same weapons and tools as we had at the end of.
Yes. Yes. Unless there's anything you would like to acquire, then your inventories will be much the same as they were at the end of the previous campaign.
Should be plenty for clearing a few insects out of our new lodgings.
One would certainly hope. So,
I'm happy to head off if everyone else is.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
cool. So let me find my handouts. Bum, 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 bum.
Out of interest, where are we on the map?
Oh, well, you would ask. So let me try and find the key. Is there a key? I've got numbers. I just don't have any corresponding text. Oh, there it is. Otari. Okay. So I'm not sure if this is the fullest one, but okay, this handout I found has got lots of information on Atari, but it doesn't appear to have the description of the map. So if you'd like to know exactly where you are, I might actually have some trouble telling you.
No, it's unimportant right now.
Just a little ping location will do. I'm happy with that.
Well, that's the problem, me not knowing where you are on the map. I believe that you are probably here, or you were last night. Where you are lodging could be any of the various taverns within the town, of which there are several affordable establishments. But having stayed in Otari, is it this one? It is not. what I may have foolishly done is taken this map from another source and not kept the key for it. Anyway, I will find it at some point. But the road out of town is this one here. So all you will need to do is just kind of walk to the northern point of the town and walk under this log flume type thing here, and then off into adventure in the east. I will try and find the key for next time, and then I can tell you more actually about Otari itself. But yes, in the meantime, I need to quickly set up the next map because we don't have Lowry with us, do we? So, there we go. And I need to make it daytime on this map, otherwise you won't be able to see anything. There we go. Okay, so you follow the road east out of Otari towards the fish camp that you expect to find on the coast, somewhat to the south of here. As you follow the path, you hear a snuffling sound off the path. I am going to get you, anybody who's paying attention of course, I'm going to get you to roll a perception roll. $16, not bad. Anyone else want to have a go? I guess not. I will take resounding silence for a no.
I'm looking for it. I can't find it. I don't know where it is.
Okay. So.
When I click on perception on the character sheet, nothing happens.
Oh. So to actually do a perception roll, it is the right-hand side of the character sheet in the column, and it's towards. It's like in the bottom third of the character sheet. So there's a big box called perception, but just clicking on the big blue box with perception written in it in white doesn't do anything. There's a button underneath it, which is not actually big enough for the whole word perception to fit in.
Perceive.
Perceive, that's
This?
it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So Ardria doesn't notice anything.
Not surprising.
Yeah, she's too busy playing with her cat, or I don't know, picking her fingernails, or I don't know, whatever it is witches do when they're wandering through wooded areas. Brock and Fag, not too bad. They're not quite as sharp as Ivrin though. Ivrin, a new member of the party, obviously wants to earn his keep by being as sharp as possible, and he notices in the undergrowth some sort of creature. It appears to be a boar, a wild boar. Slanyana, indeed. So the wild boar, noticed by Ivren, has also noticed you, and it appears to be grinding its hoof against the ground and looks upon you with fell intent. I am going to get you all to roll for initiative, please. Does that initiative roller work? Oh, it does. That's good. So,
Mine didn't get added to the turn tracker, so I wasn't
hmm.
clicking on the old. I didn't have my token selected,
Oh
and it'd be
no!
a shame to
Shocking breach
to
of
waste
security.
such a roll.
Yeah. What did you get?
27.
27. Wow. Okay. Ivrin is on fire. So we have 1, 2, 3. Who am I missing? I am missing Fag. Fag did roll. So you just need to remember to click on your token before you roll initiative. Otherwise, it won't
Feg was
automatically
already on
happen.
there. It was me that
Was
didn't click on my
he?
token.
Damn
Yeah.
it. Okay. Apologies. Apologies, Fag. I have slandered you cruelly.
It would be a very fake thing to do, though, in
It
all
would.
fairness.
To be fair. So
to be fake.
only an 8 for Brock. So Brock is not too quick off the mark here, but let's get these in the correct order.
He's only little.
He's only little. I'm only wee. Okay. So Ivrin Verhees, rogue extraordinaire, notices from the bushes by the side of the road the snorting and stomping of a large wild boar. He is the first to act. What does he do?
I'm going to firstly recall knowledge about the boar.
Oh, okay. So,
If I do that, if I do it successfully, the boar becomes flat-footed.
oh, well, that is a useful ability. Okay. So, how does one recall knowledge? I think anyone who plays a lot of Pathfinder would know this immediately. But, there we go. Recall knowledge. It can be used with a variety of skills. So what skill would you like to use to recall knowledge?
Well, I feel like this animal is an animal, so either I'd say nature is probably the most sensible one to associate with it. Would you say?
Yeah, nature or survival. In your case, either
They're
would
both
be
as
the
good as each
same.
other, I think.
Yeah. So give
What
it
am I
a go.
after?
So for something like a boar, a 14 might be sufficient. Let's have a quick look. How do we determine how difficult to make it? That is the question. I have a tendency to be a bit generous with DCs, but that is from... why is my rules cheat sheet not opening? Oh, nothing's working. I reckon. I blame Roll20 and their incessant updates. Thank you, Roll20, we love you. Let's see what happens if I add it again. Oh, it's working now. Okay. So, I just want to know what a good DC would be for a not terribly difficult action. I am going to just say that it was 12. Because 12 is a nice round number. And a wild boar is not a particularly exotic creature. So, so that makes it flat-footed. Is that correct?
Yeah, just for this round. And it is just against me as well. So
Okay, cool. So that is
then with my
action number 1.
Is that an action or is that a free action?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's
Let's
a
have a
genuine
look.
question. I wasn't sure, to be honest. I was under the impression it might be a free, but I don't know, so I'm not reliable.
So according to this cheat sheet I have here, recall knowledge is an action. It is a single action though, so you still have 2 actions left.
Oh, good. Well, then my second action, I'll pull out my short bow.
Cool.
And then with my third action, I'm going to fire it. Now, under
Very
range
good.
strike on my character tree, I've got short bow. Then underneath it, I've got +4 deadly D10. I don't know why it's +4. That seems very generous. So I don't know which one is worth pushing.
Let's have a look. So when it's so +4, presumably. Hold on, I think that's just your.
Efficiency bonus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. So your proficiency bonus with that weapon, that's trained. So you probably have. It's going to be.
Right.
I would have thought it would be more than +4. I'm pretty sure it should be more than that. Or is that the damage? That's the attack roll, isn't it? Because you are a level 2 character. I just want to have a quick look inside this fella here. There we go, let's open it up a bit. That's what we want. So, dexterity. Oh, it says you are untrained. You are trained. You are definitely trained in that. Because a short bow is a simple weapon, isn't it? So it actually should be +8. It's not an agile weapon, I don't think. The damage dice is d6, but if you crit, you get an extra d10 on top. That's what the deadly bit is. So actually, it should be +8 deadly d10. And the damage is 1d6. You don't have the dex bonus because you don't have the feat that gives you that yet. At least I don't think you do. But at some point, you likely will.
Cool.
Okay, fire away. I have not given you the power card script yet, so you'll just have to launch it the old-fashioned way from the front of your character sheet. And then we get a 13 to hit. So 5 plus 8. He is flat-footed against your attack, which drops his armor class by 2. Sadly, that is still a miss.
Fair enough.
Still, how long is he flat-footed for? Is it
Just that turn.
just that turn? Ah,
Yeah.
unfortunate. Okay, I'm going to move on to Ardria in that case. What you going to do, Ardria? I'm going to stop these night
Just
sounds,
sleep.
which have been playing the whole time. Sorry.
What?
There were some night sounds playing in the background, and I forgot to turn them off.
Did it sound like drops of water?
No, it was meant to be like kind of grasshoppers
Oh,
or,
okay.
or cicadas
I
or
kept
whatever.
hearing
it is.
some drops of water and I wasn't sure where it came from. I cautiously approach behind this. I'll take it. It's a tree.
Yep.
Is this a tree?
Give us a ping. That's a tree. Yep.
Just so that I'll have a glimpse of what I'm dealing with,
Okay.
but try to remain out of its direct path to run at me.
Yep, that's fine.
And I would like to cast. Oh, what was that? Forbidding Ward at Fag, who is right after me.
Okay, can you
press
drop
it
that
so
in the
you-
chat? Forbidding Ward. You ward an ally against the attacks and hostile spells from from the target enemy. The target ally gains a +1 status bonus to armor class and saving throws against the target enemy's attacks, spells, and other effects. That can be sustained for up to 1 minute. Okay, and that is a 2-action spell. So far.
Yeah, so I'm done.
So for the duration, I must remember to take it off again. But we need to give Feg a +1 armor class bonus. So for some reason, his armor class is coming up as 18.
It's 18 anyway.
But it isn't anymore because you've leveled up. So your armor class is either 19 or 21 if your shield is up. So I don't know why it says 18.
Okay.
because yeah, your armor class is 16, 18. I can't remember how it's calculated because my brain has gone completely blank, but I'm going to assume that that is correct, and then we're going to bump your armor class up by 1, and then let us know if you get your shield out, because oh, we've lost Dave. His video has vanished, but that's okay. He's muted. I guess he has gone to deal with young one. Everything
All
good?
good.
All good.
Yeah.
Okay.
False alarm.
Cool. So Ardria then is finished for now. Forbidding Ward is in the chat. That's helpful, so we can look at that later if we need to. Go ahead, Fag. It is your turn.
Well, I was with my 16, my perception roll. Obviously, I'm very well aware that there's a pig thing there
Indeed.
now. And obviously, I want to get stuck in straight away. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run straight at it without actually taking into account that there's a tree in the way. So basically, I'm just going to end up running straight into the tree.
Okay. I think the way...
Squirrels loose.
I mean, there's a chance that a squirrel might appear. But I think that you can actually possibly pass through there due to the fact that the tree trunk is slightly to the north of your path. So you might actually get through. Unless you want to swerve and crash into the tree trunk, in which case you would probably be knocking Ardria flying as well. You might get scratched by tree branches on the way past.
I'll tell you what, I could always trip over a tree root and plump and go headlong into the tree.
You don't have to. You don't have to fall over if you don't want to.
No, I'm kind of doing it in the hope that a squirrel falls out. So accidentally.
Okay. So Feg spends an action charging forwards. A low-hanging branch clips his shoulder, causing the tree to shudder. Various bits of leaves and leaf litter and maybe a few acorns and stuff fall down. They shower down on Ardria, Aiden and Feg, who are all standing under the boughs of this same tree. I am going to get Feg to roll a D20, just a flat D20 flat check. I have a specific number in mind.
No. What's the code for that?
/R space D20.
Oh, I missed a space.
Okay, as luck would have it, no squirrels appear to ruin Feg's day. You still have 2 actions left.
Have I still got some movement? I think I might have.
You've had a flashback to D&D, I think, because your one move of 25 feet is one of your 3 actions. So movement is an action, just like everything else. So,
but I think as a half orc, then I have relentless endurance as well.
That's a 5e thing again.
Okay.
And yeah, relentless endurance is that's the thing that allows you to get up when you're knocked down to 0 hit points in D&D 5th edition. So that's not this one either.
Okay. In which case I better get out Eric then, I suppose. But I can't get to the board to twat it with my sword, so I'll have to just shoot it or something.
Well, you can use another action to move. It's not been that long. Have you completely forgotten how to play Pathfinder? That's fine.
Yeah, I think I have.
Okay, so you have spent a single action to move 25 feet. You can spend another single action to move another 25 feet if you want. I seem to think that you might actually have a feat that allows you to do 2 moves and 1 hit, which only and that only costs you 2 actions instead of 3. I think that is sudden charge. With a quick sprint, you dash up to your foe and swing. Stride twice. If you end your movement within melee range of at least one enemy, you can make a melee strike using against that enemy. So sudden charge. Basically,
So better get the sword out and try and chop his head off.
Yep, so that's sudden charge is 2 actions, draw weapon is 1 action, so you can hit him once and then that's the end of your turn.
Might be quicker if you do it though.
I can do that. So is it your longsword you pulled out?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there's a thing I need to do before I do that. Set conditions. Here we go. Does that pop up in that chat? No, it doesn't. Good. That's what we like. Don't want to fill the chat with nonsense. He is not flat-footed to you. There we go. You did in fact get a crit.
Cut his head off 1 hit.
Afraid not. It was... You rolled a natural 1 for your damage, which gave you 4, but that was multiplied by 2 because it was a crit. It was not a natural 20 crit, so we're not going to roll. We're not going to draw a critical hit card. But well done, Feg. I think that's going to give you an award, isn't it? So we'll come to
another
awards.
kill. Another kill to the table. Yeah.
You haven't killed him yet. He's nowhere near dead. He's fine.
They're pretty tough buggers.
Yep, he's looking at you, and you know he's slowly counting to 10, trying to to try and keep his temper. No, he's not doing that at all. He's a very bad.
He didn't
ball.
appreciate it. Put it that way.
He didn't like it much. You guys got the drop on him, so he didn't actually get to charge at you. But he is certainly going to attempt to lay down the smackery. So. Okay. So he is going to do a tusk attack on Feg. He does not. I have not done any power cards for the boar. So here's Tusk 1. We have a 25, which is definitely a hit. And that is 14 points of piercing damage. So that did not come up in the chat. It's set by default on Pathfinder to whisper everything. But I will very quickly take a screenshot of that and drop it into the text chat. Oh, I see I have a message. Hold on. Just in case you don't believe me, but I have no reason to think you wouldn't. How do I get the video back? There it is. Okay, and I'm just going to very quickly check this DM to make sure. Is it something important? Am I in trouble? We shall soon see. Right. So, the boar has done 1 attack and it has caused 14 points of damage. I am confused because you were not on full hit points when we started. That's weird. Did you take your hit points down for Feg? Gareth?
Hmm? Did I?
Did you reduce your hit points for any reason?
I haven't, not since we started tonight, no.
Okay, We may just
may have-
not
it may
filled
have
them up
been-
last time.
I think when we had that final battle in the last one, I think I did take a very small amount of damage at the end.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember you steadfastly and annoyingly not taking any damage from the boss. No, you're quite right. Okay, so you are now full hit points, except for these 14 piercing damage that I'm about to take off you. He is going to do a second tusk attack. That one did go into the chat. He has got an 18, which is a miss. Can he do anything else? He's not really got much else, so he is going to do tusk attack number 3, which stands even less chance of hitting. But you have annoyed him, so he's gonna upset you as much as he can. Right. So he did somewhat more damage to you than you did to him. However, you are still alive. So let's move on to Baroque.
I still can't even see the boy who's the other side of the tree. What is my speed? 20, 25?
It's 20 or 25, isn't it? I think dwarves with their little legs. You have a speed of 25.
That seems unusually fast for a little dwarf.
It does, doesn't it? So let's... Oh, what was that? Did you do that or did I do that? What happened there?
What happened where?
The 3D virtual dice all just appeared on the screen. And they must have done that somewhat belatedly because... I thought I'd already done that. Okay, let's check a thing. Perhaps you have something that makes you go faster. I can't remember because dwarves are normally speed 20, but your character sheet definitely says speed 25, doesn't it? So.
Go faster stripes on your shield.
That's what it
Yeah.
is. Speed holes.
Speed holes, yeah.
Do you have any special boots or anything?
I don't think so.
Dagger, warhammer, backpacks. Maybe you should only be speed 20 then.
Don't we have boots of jumping?
Somebody had some boots of jumping.
What's that?
I thought we had some boots of jumping.
Boots of jumping. Hold on. Let's have a look at... magic items. There definitely were some. I think somebody's got a magic shield or something. No, somebody's got a special sword. We've had healing potions. We've had the ladder feather token, which was very exciting. The ever-burning torch. The hat of disguise. I don't think we've had anything to make people go faster. So I have no idea.
I know I've got an ability that means I don't get the speed penalty from heavy armor. Because otherwise I'd be down at like 15. It would be mega slow.
Yeah. I don't recall changing it. But maybe it should be 20 rather than 25. Well, let's change it to 20, and then if we can remember why it was 25 instead, then we can always change it again.
It seems fair.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there. Okay. Maybe it was a temporary effect. Fire away, Brock.
I didn't have any of the magic items from last time, did I? No. 1, 2, 3. There's one move. And then we're going to move number 2, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to get out my warhammer and shield. And that's me done.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Not an exciting round, sadly.
Oh, but it got you into melee, so it's all good. Your shield is out, so let's click the shield raise button. There we go. So, Ivran, do a thing.
Right then. So, after that slightly disappointing turn, what am I going to do? I am going to do a bit of a run around. That's my first action. And there's my second action. And I come up behind him. And then my third action, I'm gonna just try and trip him up, to be honest, I think. Good old fashioned stick a leg out. So do you need athletics from me to do that?
Yeah, let's do. Let's pull out combat maneuvers. Dun dun dun. So we want like a trip or a shove. Athletics, bracket strength, shove, 1 action. You have at least 1 hand free. Target can't be more than 1 size larger than you. You push an opponent away from you. You're not trying to push him away, are you? You are trying to push him over. So, trip, Pathfinder 2E, trip actions. Here we go. At least 1 hand free. Your target can't be more than same. So you try to knock a creature to the ground. Attempt an athletics check against the target's reflex DC. There we go.
Right. Now it's whether I use assurance and they're guaranteed a 16, or whether I try and go a bit higher than that. I'm going to go with the dice roll for now and then regret it, but let's see what happens.
Okay. 9. Okay.
Oh,
so
I'm going to regret it. That is a shame.
you could use your hero point if you want to have another go.
Yeah. I'm going to use my hero point. Thank you for reminding me. And just to be on the safe side, I am going to... So that would be a 16, I think, because I've got 10 plus proficiency of 6.
Cool. So let's close that. So yeah, if you have athletics 6, yeah, so that is a 16. So what is the reflex DC? I'm guessing it is probably it's not the bonus, is it? It's the 10 plus the appropriate modifier. So you got a 16. I believe the DC was 15. So that means that you succeed in knocking him prone. So he falls over. So you rushed up behind the pig, tipped him over. He falls into the prone position.
Right.
Where is
Conjure
my
infect, do
prone
your worst.
marker? There it is. So, there's just one thing I want to check because it doesn't seem right. So, what kind of armor is our pal Brock wearing? He's wearing hide armor. And this is probably my own fault completely. It usually is. Hide armor. Armor class bonus +3. Dexterity cap 2. So that's fine because your dexterity bonus is 2. So we have 6. 5. 19. Right, so your base is 19. For some reason it's coming up as 20. Wait a minute. Apologies.
I think I know why.
Why is it?
We all got blessed, didn't we? In the last campaign, I think it probably wasn't taken off again.
I don't think Bless would affect your armor class though. Bless only normally affects so trained, let's fix that. 19 and 21, and for some reason it didn't raise your armor class to 21. But I don't but actually you drew your weapon. You said I pull my sword and shield out, but you didn't say I raise my shield because that would have been an action. So I think we are where we need to be anyway. So I think I've fixed that now. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 10, 19. We've got it. Sorry. Okay. Okay. It's not on to Ivren because Dave has had to dash away from his position. So he did a thing. I was just confused and forgot what I was doing. Apologies. Dave did the thing. We are now on to Ardria. Sorry.
Question first before I do my actions.
What is your question?
Okay, so you know how next to attacks and things you have the actual attack and then you have number 2 and number 3. So I take it that second 2 or 3 is the second and third attack.
Yes.
Which is with penalties, right? So I'm looking at one of my catnips, and in next to face bolt, it's 2 and 3 as well. But how can I ever use 3 if this is 2 action thing and all we get is 3 actions? There's no way I will ever be able to do third attack, or even second.
That's interesting. There may be feats that reduce the number of actions required to cast certain spells. There's tons of feats. I don't think anybody could know what they all are. Also, if you did a if you poked someone with your dagger and then cast a phase bolt, that would be attack 1 and attack 2. You're right
yeah.
though. So I don't know how you could do
Second
attack.
I could use, but third no.
I don't know how you could do an attack 3 with a 2 action attack at the moment, but as previously vouchsafed, Pathfinder 2nd Edition is not the system that I know the best, which
that's okay. Makes sense more now. So I will just peek out of behind the tree and cast my face ball.
Uh-oh.
And probably just gonna pick the wrong person.
So, phase bolt fumble. Does it say what happens if you... Yeah, it only gives you options for critical success. So, I've just realised why my background thing keeps disappearing. It's because it's not set to loop. There we go. It is now. It won't disappear again now. You'll see all the nice sparks behind me forever now. Right. Phase bolt fumble. So we need to pull out the critical fumble deck. Can you see that deck in the corner of the screen?
Yeah, do I just click on it? Or
Yes.
do I do fumble?
If you
No.
if you click on the deck, you should be able to drag a card off the top and lay it on the map, and then we can. There we go. Okay, so let's blow that up, nice and big.
Oh, thank you.
So very good.
That was ranged.
No, that was a spell. So you on there we have
right.
melee, ranged, unarmed, and spell. So that was a spell. So re-roll the attack roll targeting the creature closest to the target, excluding yourself. So that could be either Feg or Ivren. Which one is
the card?
Feg is closest to you, so it kind of makes more sense that you would zap him, I guess.
He's more in the way.
So, yeah, just do it again, but this time as if Feg is the target.
Oh, the faceball thing.
Yeah.
Well, because it says ranged spell attack, I thought it was ranged, that's all.
Oh, no, afraid not. Hey!
Oh my god! I'm digging myself all day.
Oh, fantastic. This is very exciting. Okay, I'm going to hide the fumble deck and I'm going to pull out the critical hit deck. So.
Sorry.
Oh dear. You didn't lose a character on the first one.
How do you blow it up?
Let's see. Oh, the other one is still blown up on that screen. I can blow it up by hitting Shift Z.
Oh, thank you.
If this is an acid bomb or spell, the target takes triple damage and 1d6 persistent acid damage. Any other bomb or spell deals double damage.
I mean, she could have used, obviously, a hero point on the original roll that got a critical fail. And that would prevent that critical fail, maybe?
Maybe.
That's true, but if the next roll she rolled was the natural 20, then the crit would have been for the bad guy instead. Would you... Oh, I feel like we've gone quite a long way
yeah.
along the path.
Feels
But
quite good comedy value there as well at the same time. And you and I do have medicine, Brock, so we can help Feg out if perhaps he doesn't get through this.
Next time you need to shout hero point sooner because I always forget about those. Sorry.
Me too.
Oh, Feg could take a basic phase bolt and it wouldn't have been the end of the world, but maybe a critical phase bolt was a bit much for him to take, so a reroll was needed somewhere.
Well, you could use your hero point now to re-roll.
Okay, I will.
Okay, so give us another phase bolt then.
Maybe a phase bolt. Maybe a zap to the brain is what Feg needed.
Here we go.
It would only have knocked him out. It wouldn't have killed him.
But still.
Still, yes, these are the exciting things that can happen with critical attacks. So we had our first fumble and our first crit in the same round. That's good. So the fates prevent you from accidentally phase bolting Feg in the back, for which I'm sure he is grateful. Hold on, how do I make this go away? There we go. Then we move on to Feg then, because just moving out from behind the tree was an action.
Yep.
There we go. Right, it is nearly break time, so when we get to the end of this round we will disappear off for a 10-minute break for comfort breaks and drinkies and such. In the meantime, Feg, you have a prone boar in front of you. So I need to... What does prone actually do in Pathfinder? Definitely flat-footed, but I'm not sure what other effects it might have. Prone. Conditions prone. You are flat-footed. You can only crawl and stand. Standing up ends the prone condition. You can take cover while prone, even if you don't have an object to get behind. Okay. Oh, okay. Right. So basically, he is prone until he stands up. And prone, as far as Feg is concerned, just means that he's flat-footed at the moment, which is going to give you a bonus to hit, or rather he is going to have a penalty to his armor class. Would you like to smack him, Fag? You're muted, Gareth. I don't know if you're talking. I can see that there's a new message in the chat. I'm just going to check in case it's Gareth. Oh, he's unmuted. Hey, Gareth. Hello. You right?
Hello. Yeah, I'd like to try and stick my sword through him and turn him into a kebab, please.
Very good. Wild boar kebab. Would you like me to push the buttons?
Yes, please.
Very well. Attack number 1 against a flat-footed opponent. No bonus to hit. No bonus damage as yet. Oh! Unlucky. That is a miss. Do you want to do it again?
Yeah.
Attack number 2. Flat-footed opponent. Cha-ching. There we go. That's better.
Oh.
So, 7 points of damage. Boar is bloodied. Do you want to go for 3, or do you want to do something else with your third action?
Might as well go for the third one, see if I can finish him off.
Okay. So, once you get to attack number 3, chances of hitting are quite remote. But sometimes there's just nothing else to do.
Oh no!
It was...
It's not a natural one.
It's not a natural one, so you don't have to draw a fumble card. So that is Fag's attackery done for now. The boar is going to spend 1 action to stand up, thereby ending his prone condition. He is then going...
Does that provoke an attack of opportunity?
Oh, now that is an interesting point. Because I had assumed that it probably wouldn't, but that would be bad, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because that means I've got one as well, doesn't it?
That would
Yeah, I
mean
don't
that
do
3
them,
people
it's
had one. Encounters, stand, 1 action. Here we go. Stand, 1 action, move. You stand up from prone. Stand, 1 action, move. Okay. Stepping. That's a step. That's a stand. A 5-foot step doesn't trigger attacks of opportunity. That's good to know. So, opportunity attacks. We want to know whether standing will trigger an opportunity attack. Attack of opportunity. You will respect my opportunity. You lash out at a vulnerable foe. The trigger is a creature within your reach uses a manipulate action or a move action, makes a ranged attack, or leaves a square during a move action it's using. You lash out a vulnerable foe, make a melee strike.
And action says that it is a movement action.
Yes, I believe that you are right. I fail to see what else the boar could do, though, so he is going to stand up.
He could try and crawl away.
Crawling away would be a movement action that also caused him to leave the square.
I'm not saying it's a better thing to do, but it is another thing he could.
This is true. This is true. Well, this boar's dander is up, so he is definitely going to stand regardless of the consequences. Fag, I believe, has the feat attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I
Can't-
do.
Does Brock also have it?
I do not know.
Okay, so I'm fairly certain Ivran doesn't have it because it's not usually a rogue thing, attack of opportunity.
No, I don't think I do.
Okay, so Feg can take an attack of opportunity then. Attacks of opportunity do not take into account attacks in the round, I don't think. So I think it counts as attack 1. Don't think he counts as flat-footed because it's standing up and ending his flat-footedness that is the trigger. And it is a miss. So Boar gets up. He is no longer flat-footed. He is, I don't know, looking for his best opportunity now. He's already got some blood out of Fag, so I think he thinks Fag is a soft target. Not that he is really, but he's already tasted the blood of Fag. So the best way out is obviously through. He is going to do attack 1 on Fag for a 21, which I believe is a hit.
It is, yeah.
For 8 points of damage. So he tears at you with his tusks, cutting you again, possibly in the same place. He's found a little soft spot just under your chest armor, and he's goring away. He is going to have another go at that with his last attack. He gets a 12. It's no good. So the last person to act this round is going to be Brock. And then we're going to have a little break. So take it away, Brock.
So
No.
I should have lay on hand,
Aha.
which I can use on Feg just to give him a little beef back up.
So what's it do? What's it do?
Restores 6 hit points.
6 hit points. So I don't think I've given you a button for that, have I? But I must do at some point.
And then next level it'll do 12 hit points because I'll be able to heighten it.
Nice. Okay, 6 hit points return to Feg. That is that 1 action or 2?
1 action, I believe.
Cool.
The boar is flat-footed to me because
You have him flanked, so yes, he is
Different.
flat-footed.
no hit bonuses, no damage bonuses. Oh, there you go. That'll do it.
Very good.
Crunch.
Pre-tenderized dinner, everyone.
Yeah. So how do you do it? What happens?
Well, I mean, it's a big hammer. There's a limit to what I can do other than just smash him on the head with it.
True. Okay. Well, you bring the hammer down on the boar's skull, and after your mighty blow, there is not much of a head left. Just 2 rather sad little tusks sticking out of the turf. The body flops down on its side and twitches for a few seconds, and then lies still. Boar meat is not only tasty and nutritious, but also may have some value if you can find someone to sell it to. But well done, you have defeated the wild boar on your way to the camp. I am going to take away the turn order, and I am going to push my intermission button. Let's come back at approximately 25 past 9 GMT, ready to resume by about past. So I'm going to push the button and we'll come back in a little while.
Sounds good. See you shortly.
And we're back in the room, so I need to remember to put my input capture on the intermission screens. Otherwise, I'll end up talking and it not being recorded. I hope everyone has had a refreshing break.
Indeed.
Excellent. So I've lost your video, Dave. Are you still there? Oh, he's come back. There we
Come
go.
back.
And eating sweeties too, no doubt. What you got?
A nice mix of all sorts, really.
Oh, yeah. Just before the first half, I had half a bag of Tang Fastics, which are my favourite go-to sweets. I go through phases, but Tang Fastics are the ultimate at the moment.
Yeah. Can't beat fizzy.
Indeed. I remember you used to be able to buy these massive tubs of fizzy cola bottles, and they were massive, and they were so fizzy that they just kind of made your face go. But I don't know where you get those these days.
You have to get those super sour things that come in like the toxic barrel. They do a similar job.
Yeah, I love sour sweeties. Toxic waste, those little ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
You used to get massive boxes of Tangfa sticks from Amazon, didn't you?
Yeah. I think they were like 400-gram tubs, and you could buy like 8. And they were. You know,
How long did you last one? Like 5 minutes?
I tell you what, I used to get, DOMs in my jaw, the next day from chewing the sweets. That's terrible. Terrible thing to admit to. So I am just going to very quickly set up the next intermission. Just realised that this map would be much better if it was oriented differently. But I feel that I have left it too late for that. So I'm just going to ignore the compass rose and chuck you wherever I feel like. So what after your battle with the terrifying pig monster of doom, is there anything you would like to do? Do you want to stop for a rest? Do you want to press on? What would you like to do?
I feel like I should do a medicine thing on Feg just to sort him out a bit more.
Cool. So if you have medicine, you can you can attempt to treat wounds, which is a DC 15 medicine check.
Well, the good thing is that I've got assurance in medicine, so I automatically
Assurance
pass.
in medicine too?
I do.
Oh my god! I thought you've got assurance in more than one thing. That is.
I do.
That is.
I had a class feat and then a skill feat through natural ambition.
Oh, okay. That is a sensible thing to do. Okay, so the DC is 15. You automatically take 10, and your medicine skill. Oh, your medicine skill is 6. So you automatically get a 16, which means you automatically succeed, which means that you can roll 2d8 for healing for Feg, or he can roll them himself, depending on whether you want to take the responsibility or not.
To you, Feg.
It's good. You can do it.
Ah.
Better than a poke in the eye with a shitty stick.
Better than a 1.
Oops, I hit minus instead of plus then. Sorry, hold on. +8. There we go. So you're back up to 20 hit points at least. Could be worse. So Feg is now immune to healing checks for 1 hour, I believe. You could stop where you are for a bit so someone can give it another go, or you can press on with a slightly wounded fighter. It's up to you, really. I mean, there are other options. You could climb a tree, you could find a big leaf and make a kite out of it. I don't know, you can do whatever you want. However, those are some obvious options.
Can I do something?
Yes. What would you like to do?
Thank you. I would like to extract one of the tusk's teeth from the big pig.
Yeah.
keep
Well,
it.
its skull is pretty much mush thanks to Brom's hammer, so its
Oh.
teeth are not too difficult to extract.
Excellent.
You may take both of its teeth if you like.
Uh,
Tusks, I mean.
I think one is fine.
Okay. Make a note somewhere that you have a boar's tusk then.
Hmm.
So I've just noticed Feg walking over to the trunk of that tree. That fills me with a vague sense of dread. What's Feg about to do?
I was just going to gently wave one of the branches around. What happened?
You're a bit patchy. You're kind of going in and out. It's you were very nice and clear earlier. Have you changed your position or something?
I shouldn't have done.
That's much better. Whatever you're doing now, that's better.
Okay, I think it just didn't have it quite as close to me as it did. That's all.
Okay. So what's Feg gonna do?
I was just going to light a sort of gently, and in Feg terms that's quite hard because he doesn't do gently. Wave one of the branches of the tree around, see what happens.
Okay.
Just sort of casually, just sort of wave it around.
So there are some branches that Feg can reach from the ground. He gives one a bit of a wiggle. Just gives a flat D20. If anyone at home is watching, and that would be lovely. Around the character of Feg, who has transitioned from being a 5th edition character to being a Pathfinder character. He used to be a half-orc bard. He is now a half-orc fighter. But he kind of has some slightly ill-defined house rules around him when it comes to finding furry creatures in trees. So on this occasion, Feg waves the tree branch around. Apart from a few acorns being dislodged, nothing seems to happen.
So, shall we carry on then to the fish camp thing?
Well, can I, while everyone's faffing around with that, refocus? Because that takes 10 minutes to get my focus point back.
Yep.
Cool. And then, if everyone's ready to go, should we take the ball back with us? I could probably carry him.
Sure.
Yes, lots of meat there, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's loads of
Yeah.
meat there. There's probably enough meat there for you each
Nice
to
rump
have.
steak. Oh.
Yeah, you can each have a few meals out of this beast.
There we go. Well, I'd like to pick him up and carry him with us because there's only a few more miles to the to our new lair / hideout, whatever we were going to call it.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so I am going to delete the boar off the map.
I have a question.
What is your question?
What's the thing on the map directly below where I'm standing?
That is that is a crossroads, as seen from above. So,
okay.
So there is a crossroad, an arrow pointing to the west, which appears to signify the path back to Otari, the way from whence you have come. The other leads in a slightly northwesterly direction, towards the interior of the island, somewhat. For Otari is on the southern coast of an island, which you will doubtless learn more about in future. Also, there is a fork, an arrow pointing southwards, which says on it fish camp. Are you waving? Are you waving, my frog? No? I kept seeing your arm going up. You're muted. You're muted.
I was just switching off and on the TV to see what it's gonna do to my light. That's all.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
If I wave, that would be something like this.
Cool. I just saw your arm go up a few times. I was thinking, oh, she's waving. She's trying to get our attention. We do actually have a button, I believe, for getting attention. We certainly did have one. That's the one. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Cool. So if I am not paying attention and you need me to pay attention to you, then push that button and I will be hard pressed to miss it. So so what's next? Do you head south?
That's the way the fish camp
Yeah.
is. So yeah.
Groovy. Okay. Just going to rearrange these slightly.
Don't forget the cat.
Don't forget the cat.
Uh,
Is it worth me just going ahead in case there's any more boars knocking about, or should we just pile through?
If you want to do some sneaky beaky stuff, then you are more than welcome to do so. If you would like to,
Yeah.
what's your approach? What you gonna do?
I'm just gonna let go off the beaten path, quite literally, and just sneak in between these trees just to check there's nothing else that might ambush us, like the boar did.
Cool.
I could get my
Well.
cat run around in front and come back with any findings.
Well,
Oh.
I mean, possibly you could, but when you've got a rogue, that's kind of what rogues are built for. So,
Oh. Cat is smaller.
So for the sneaky beaky rogue type operations, what you probably want is a stealth check if you wish to remain hidden, and then a perception check just to survey the surrounding area. Don't worry about just what's on the map. We can say that this is what you're doing on the path between this clearing, this crossroads, and the fish
Sure.
camp.
So stealth and perception. Here we go.
Okay, so stealth average, perception pretty good. So you are not the quietest you have ever been. Perhaps you are a little on edge after your battle with this terrifying pig monster. So you step on a few crackly twigs, and although you're certainly quieter than a commoner, just ambling along, you are not the sneakiest of thieves on this particular errand. However, your eyes are sharp. You take in a few small threats on the way. You manage to avoid a bear, a brown bear, and her cubs, who are making their way through the woods. You spot them ahead of time and steer the party around them to avoid what could be an unpleasant, if not lethal, standoff with an even bigger beast than you've already faced. So that allows you to reach the camp without having any more trouble.
Are we happy with that, team? We don't want to go bear hunting.
Maybe that can be our second trophy. So let's get this one set up first, and then maybe
Yeah.
go hunting bears.
We'll come back to the bears. Sure.
Just going to very quickly see what comes up for brown bears. Because brown bears are much worse than black bears, aren't they? What number's that? Ooh, okay. So I am going to move you to the next area on the map. Now, one of the lovely things about light walls is they block out things you're not supposed to see. Unfortunately, that can turn buildings into massive black blobs on the map. So I'm going to try and give you a halfway decent view. Now I'm going to pop the compass rose on the map so that you get an idea what the alignment of this this map is. If I had thought to do it beforehand, I may well have turned the whole map 90 degrees around so that the compass point aligned, but I left it as it was, not really realizing. So I'm going to say that you probably actually came in from this direction, but that you do approach the fish camp slightly from the east. What you see, I'm hoping I've got some lovely box text to read you, but if not, we can always come up with something in the moment. So the thick forest begins to thin before the trail opens into a long stretch of a coarse gravel beach, the shining blue waves of the inner sea rolling beyond to the south. A cliff rises along the beach's northern edge. The largest building is a wooden house built on weathered stilts with a porch wrapping around the south and east and doors along the west, east and south walls. A raised outbuilding to the east shares the main building's porch, while three smaller outbuildings stand to the west. A drying rack and drying table stand near these western structures. Near the porch sits I think this is the drying rack. I think I just accidentally moved a number though. No, that's not the drying rack. I think this might be the drying rack over here to the south, which you probably can't see yet. Sorry, that's actually to the west. Compass point's the wrong way around. A raised outbuilding to the east, which I believe is this one. Shares the main building's porch, while three smaller outbuildings stand to the west. A drying rack and a drying table stand near these western structures, so that's down here. So there are three buildings down here. You can't see them because of the big shadow, but they are there. A drying rack and drying table stand to the south near these western structures. Near the porch sits an old rowing boat and weathered oar pulled high to avoid the tide, and a pile of dirty fishing nets. So,
Is it worth me carrying on doing a bit more of a scout around the outskirts to see what's going on?
you certainly can. So, where would you like to go? Does anyone? Are the rest of you happy to hang back for a minute while Ivren has a look around, or do you just want to pile in? It's up to you, really. You know, it's
Company. Even.
You want to accompany Ivren?
Well, I mean, the cat is small. Could.
Oh, the cat. Okay, you broke up a bit
quiet.
there, so I didn't hear the cat bit. But
Oh, right.
so Aiden's going to go with Ivren.
Doesn't have to, unless you know, If
I'm
everyone
very,
wants
very
to go
happy.
on it.
No, the cat would be a welcome company.
Okay.
Cool.
So I think we'll start by just having a little wander around the perimeter. I think first to make sure there's nobody hiding out. Do you need me to roll another stealth and perception?
Definitely a stealth if you're planning to be sneaky, and
Yeah.
perception 2 if you are looking around. Okay, stealth.
Do I need to roll
much
as well?
better. So your cat isn't really a cat, so I'm going to say it's probably pretty light on its feet. Really, he is a spirit, isn't he?
Given those two numbers, you probably don't need to anyway.
Well, very stealthy though. That's a good stealth roll and an excellent perception roll. So Ivrin takes in a great deal. What's Ivrin looking for?
Any sign of anybody else who's here? Any traps that have been left over? Basically, anything that's a threat, so that we can make sure that everything's fine before going in and making ourselves at home and finding out what's going on.
Understood.
And we'll start by doing the perimeter, and then I might just creep up onto the decking and maybe peer in through a window or something that's similar.
Okay. I might have to do...
Well, I can't see anything now. I'm up the top.
Look what I've forgotten to do. So I'm going to very quickly... see what I can do about putting some doors in, because there really ought to be some doors here. Don't click any of them just yet. So
Right. I won't.
So anyone who's watching, I'm not that bad at preparation. I just very occasionally spend more time doing other things than perhaps I should. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to make it all look so pretty. It's going to be beautiful. Oh, wait a minute. What about the other stuff, John? I blame my squirrel brain. So what we want to do is... I am assuming that in the future that Roll20 will start putting these doors and windows in for us rather than us having to do it manually. But who can say? I'm just going to make these... this way you will be able to see where the doors actually are.
Well, I think I can see 3 doors, so if I could have a little peek either through the keyhole, or if there's any way of looking through the doors without giving myself away, to see what's behind each one.
Okay, so I'm not going to get you to roll perception rolls ad nauseum, so I'm going to so, which door was that? Was that the cat, or was that...
Ignore that.
Okay, did Hayden just open a door?
Well, accidentally.
Okay.
I just wondered what the red dot was.
Red dot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I put Virtual Tabletop Enhancement Suite on your computer, so all your doors will appear as red dots. So red dots are in fact doors or windows. So Ivran stands next to a door. Let me see what I can tell him about the door and where he stands. So you are on the porch. A weathered wooden porch runs along the south edge of the fish camp's main building, about 6 feet above the gravel beach. It wraps around the eastern side, where it also provides access to the camp's largest outbuilding. Worn stairs, their wood beginning to splinter, ascend the porch from the centre of the southern stretch and the southeastern corner, so that's this bit here. Thick cobwebs hang under the porch and along the building's eaves. That is kind of the porch, which I think you refer to as the decking, which makes perfect sense. So that, yes, you are standing next to some buildings which are accessed from this decking. There are 2 doors. It looks to be in, it's not a new building by any stretch of the imagination, but it does seem to be in reasonably good repair. If you want to listen at the door, you may.
Sure. Right, let's do that.
So, is it this door that you're listening at here?
I think so. Yeah, we'll start with that one.
Cool. Okay, because that's the one you were standing next to a minute ago. Okay, I tell you what, I will get you to roll another perception roll.
Sure.
If you don't mind. That's not bad. You listen at the door. You hear some small sounds from within. Difficult to say what.
I would suggest to everyone else, given the cobwebs and the fact that what's his name were telling us about creepy crawlies, that we might be on for some spiders or something similar here. So I don't know whether it's worth getting Feg and Brock up front by the door. Maybe Adrian and I step back and get ready to potentially encounter some nasties.
Sounds like a plan. So, can I pop up on the deck and put the boar corpse on the deck? Because obviously I don't need to be carrying that
Yeah,
with
of
me.
course, yeah. You don't want to be carrying that over your shoulders while you're doing stuff.
And I assume it was this door.
'Twas in fact this one.
Oh, this door.
John, can I also attempt to be a bit stealthy so that I may, if there were baddies in there, try a surprise attack if
Possibly.
we come across them?
Right. I am just going to very quickly check a thing. So when you climbed up onto the deck, you came from this side, didn't you, Ivrin?
Yes, I did.
Because you went round the back, and the rest of you came up the other way. Who came up first? Who led the way?
Feg.
Feg? Okay. Can I have a perception check for Feg, please? If he was looking for anything at all. If he was not really paying attention, then no need.
He wasn't really, no.
Okay. So... Okay, that is a reaction that I've never come across before, so I have to look it up. So, was anybody right behind you? I don't think anyone was. I think.
No, I think it was. I moved first, and then Brock came a moment or two after. So.
Right, interesting. So, I'm going to move all of you, except for the cat, back a little bit. So, I think Ardria was probably a bit behind. I'm not sure at the exact path you took, but it was probably something like that. So as Fag steps forward, an area of the porch that he's standing on just splinters under his feet.
Uh-oh.
Below are well, this is rotten floorboards. Below is a 6-foot drop onto uneven rocks and piercing shards of splintered wood.
Oopsie.
So,
Oopsie poopsie.
so I'm going to get you to roll a reflex save to do what is called a grab an edge reaction. Unless, of course, you are happy to fall.
How do I do the reaction?
So that will be on your character sheet. If you cannot get...
Okay, just loading it.
So the middle saving throw is the reflex saving throw. Is it going to give me a DC for that? Oh dear. That's what we call a critical fail.
Oh dear. Can I use my hero point?
If you have not already used it, then you can use
No, I
your...
haven't.
Okay, then you can take another reflex save if you want to use your hero
Probably going to
point.
be worse.
It can't be worse. 13.
Wasn't
Okay.
much better.
It is a fail, but it is not a critical fail. That means that I don't have to double the damage. So the porch collapses under your feet. You fail to grab the edge on the way down. You are going to take some damage, I'm afraid. But it would have been much worse if we had gone with the natural one. So why is my caps lock on? I don't like it. So 1d4 piercing from being stabbed by sharp bits of wood, and 1d6 bludgeoning for landing on some rocks. So you take 3 points of damage, taking you down to 17 hit points. You are 6 foot below the porch, in a dark and dingy area. Your friends are somewhat above you. You can take a...
I should be able to see though, because I've got dark vision.
Oh yeah, you can see. It doesn't stop it being dark and dingy. It's just you can see in the dark. So for you, the difference is that things look grey and dim rather than brightly coloured, I guess.
Is there anything down there? Is the question.
Well, let me tell you. So, as you stand up among the wreckage, you see the glinting of some kind of blade, which is surprising considering how filthy it is down there. It appears to be some kind of dagger with a relatively ornate hilt, and it seems to have a bright and shiny edge. Do you want to pick it up?
I was going to say, can I touch it?
You can touch it. Which end are you picking it up by?
Probably the non-pointy end.
That's the right answer. Okay.
Although
Yes.
I would point out that Feg did hesitate quite quite a lot after you asked him that question, and then he went for the right end. So,
So Feg picks up a shiny blade. It speaks to you somewhat. It appears to be. I'm just going to reveal this rather than making you jump through hoops. This is a dagger +1. If Feg would like to keep it, then I can drag it onto your character sheet. If there is someone else in the party who would benefit from having a melee weapon that doesn't have one, or doesn't have an appropriate one at the moment, then you may give it to someone else. It's up to you, really.
I think I've got a dagger, so I might well keep that one and give the dagger to somebody else. So,
Well, if anyone wants a normal dagger, while Feg unloads his, while Feg takes on the +1 dagger.
I'm
Yeah, I
all
don't
good
need
with
a
my.
dagger.
Yeah, I got my rapiers doing quite well. They'll be fine for the moment.
Cool. Are you supposed to have 2, or did I make a mistake there?
I did pay for 2.
Yep, cool. Okay. That is fine.
1 in each hand.
Very cool. So what? That's going to be STR, I think. Is it? No, it's not, because that's thrown. So it's dexterity. Except I'm having a moment of hesitation. One second. Should probably have turned my camera off. It's holding on, isn't it? Sorry. So, anyone who has not watched me before, please can you pass me that towel? Anyone who's not watched me before, the reason that Michaela is able to come into this room and get me to open a bottle for her is because we're in the same place. I think it's coming. It's definitely coming. So I'm opening a bottle of Prosecco here. Yeah, this one's from Lidl. Apparently the cork is a little stiff. I'm following the professional purveyor of alcohol's chief tip when it comes to sparkling liquids, which is to twist the bottle and not the cap, or the lid, or the cork. Doesn't want to come. It's a bit more open than it was, but my hands hurt now. So you have a go. Any luck? I think it's coming. Is it better than it was? Right. I tried, but I failed. There was a chap who used to be on, was it Don't Forget Your Toothbrush? Who used to say, I tried, but I failed. And I met him once in Charing Cross Station. Steve Vermont, was that his name? I tried, but I failed. So, I'm just giving a +1 dagger to Feg. It is +1 to hit only. It does not confer a damage on... a bonus upon damage. Did it pop? Maybe a bit of WD-40. I'm sure it won't spoil the taste of the wine. It's only from Lidl. You muted?
need to gather my inner key or something.
Yep. Focus your chi. Rub your fingertips together. Do a bit of a core cue. Okay. I think I have given Fag a +1 dagger. So Fag fell through the decking and found himself a +1 dagger, which he has added to his arsenal. How are you getting out?
Can I get out the other side? I mean, can I just sort of crawl right the way across the other decking and come up the same side that Ivrin did?
What, this way?
Yeah.
I mean, this way you would get out a lot quicker. A lot less bad things could happen to you going a shorter distance, but if you are determined.
Well, this is Speg. He's not likely to look behind him and realise there's an easier way.
Okay, well, it will certainly be difficult terrain. If that is Feg's course, then you can give me 2 reflex saves on the way. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Okay, so you get about halfway. You were just about to put your foot down on the sharp end of a rusty anchor, abandoned under this little pier. But by luck, it shifted among the gravel and the pebbles, and it did not pierce your foot. Therefore, you are unsullied by the abandoned anchor. That suddenly makes me think of Ailstorm songs.
Yeah.
And one more, please. Okay, you were about to step on the shell, the razor sharp shell of some kind of sea creature, but luckily you crushed it underfoot rather than approaching it slightly wrong and tearing your foot open hideously. So, probably somewhat to Ivrin's surprise, Feg falls through a hole in the decking, with much cursing and consternation, appears at the other side of it next to you and somewhat below, absolutely covered in dirt, cobwebs, I don't know, possibly
Sand, probably.
Sand, possibly the abandoned skins and viscera of various fishes or that sort of thing. He comes out
with a sharp, pointy thing in my hand.
Yeah, he comes out with a very shiny dagger, but absolutely covered in shit otherwise.
Can't say I'm massively surprised.
What does Feg say?
What say we?
Oh, well, Feg's probably going to say, "I found a thing," and wave the shiny thing around.
Found a shiny thing. You can't have my shiny thing.
Well, I want to say let's put that shiny thing to good use and take the store down and take out whatever's inside. Make our home bug-free.
Okay.
So
Can we get our weapons out first?
you can get your weapons out. Where did you step? Can you draw me a path?
Oh, where was I there?
Yep.
How do I do the weird thing?
So you can either pick the measuring tool, or you can start moving your token and then, whilst holding the left mouse button, tap the right mouse button. And then you can draw a path. Oh, she did it. Okay.
I did it.
I'm going to move you all the way back to here. And I am going to get you... Well, first of all, you can do me a perception check, assuming that watching Feg disappear into a hole... I'm assuming
Yeah.
that alerted you to the possibility that there might be problems with the deck. Okay. So, does a 12 alert you to the danger? I feel like the DC ought to go down a bit, considering you literally watched someone fall into the same hole. Oh, okay, right. Apologies, you didn't need to do that at all. So, it was a DC 19 perception check the first time, but a 0 after the hazard is triggered. So you know that this is crumbly, so you can go back to where you were. So you know that this entire bit here is likely to be dangerous.
Is there anything around I could use to bridge the gap?
Oh yes, there are. I don't know. I'm going to say that there are things around that you could use to cover it. Maybe some planks or some such.
Yeah, could we do that?
Okay, so I'm going to get you to do a... Are you trained in crafting?
I don't believe I am.
Oh no. DC. Okay, so what you... It's offering a couple of options here. But I'm not sure. I don't suppose they intend me to tell you. So Brock is not confident in his skills to cover the bit with fresh or better planks than are already here, for he is not that kind of dwarf. He is more of a religion and violence dwarf than a arts and crafts dwarf. You could try to
The other side of the building and get there from the other side.
There's no stairs the other side. Could we try and climb up the other side if there's nothing obvious for me to bridge the gap?
You can climb up. It's
Yes.
about 6 feet high. But
the others are up there. I'm sure we could get assistance.
Ivren, how did you get there?
I thought that I just moseyed on up from. I didn't go right this side, so I came from over here. How do I do the point? How do I point?
Hold down the left mouse button. There we go. Ping.
So I came from there, so I climbed up here, so I didn't have to go past the dodgy boards.
Let's do that.
Cool. Okay. I probably should have got Ivren to climb up, but I'm going to say that since he's already up there, he managed to get up there without too much difficulty. I'm going to say that if someone helps you up, then the DC is not going to be particularly prohibitive. You just want an athletics check to try and climb up. All we're really looking for is to avoid a natural 1, which we've just had. So can you give us
hero point? I need it. We've got it. Let's use it. Try that again.
Yeah, cool. Okay,
That's better.
so Ardria and Brock both managed to get up. What about Feg? Okay, Feg kind of goes 1, 2, 3, huh! But he doesn't manage to get up. And he's much taller than Brock was, and Brock got up there.
Same again.
Oh no.
Same again. Oh no. Well. Come on, Feg, you got this.
It's slightly better. That's
I think Feg's staying down there. He's just not very good at
Should
climbing.
we throw,
and
should
again.
we throw him some rope?
Yeah, if you guys want to throw him a rope and haul him up, then one of you can take an athletics check instead.
There we go.
Oh man.
I think we'll assume that final successful one was as a result of everybody pitching in to get him up there. It's kind of like one person holding one arm, one person holding another arm, another person holding him by the lapels. And kind of, stop wriggling! Come on! You know? Stop wriggling or we're going to drop you again! And finally, hauling him up onto the boards. But yes, you are now all on the boards.
Right, we get ready to go through this easternmost door.
Oh.
That's the one. So if
Sorry,
we all get
I
our
meant to-
weapons out ready.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So open away. Okay. The door opens and there is a little bit of box text for me to read you. But needless to say, I think we will have to roll for initiative. So, this square room holds shelves of boxes and stacks of crates. Nets, gaff hooks, rods and other fishing gear hang from the walls. There was a full stop in there somewhere. The filthy wooden floor is strewn with ragged scraps of sackcloth and gnawed bits of wood. There are a number of giant rats in the middle of the room who turn their beady, bloodshot eyes towards you. And I don't have a multiple initiative roller anymore, not in this game, so I'm going to have to roll them individually. That's fine. But before we start this fight against these dark and dishevelled rats of doom, we will make sure we have a full initiative order. So who am I missing? Feg, Brock,
Just
Ardria.
me at the moment. Am I able to do that surprise attack, or does the fact that they know we're all here, and even my attempts to be sneaky?
Oh, who opened the door?
I mean, I'm in front
I
of
assume
you.
it was Brock.
Yeah.
Because you did say you wanted to be sneaky before, but then things happened in between.
I feel like we didn't make a lot of noise.
Yeah,
I think
probably gave the game away.
I think Feg falling through the deck would probably have alerted some creatures to your presence, regardless of anything else. But you are pretty high up the turn order, nonetheless. So we are already at nearly 10:30. I realise there has been additional faffery today, but I think if we start the awards now, we'll probably make up for time lost to faffery. So I'm going to do the awards in a slightly different way. So when we have been doing awards without recording the session, I'm going to move us onto the award screen now. What I did previously was to make the awards appear on your Roll20 screen, but instead this time I'm going to make them appear on the OBS screen. So you will only be able to see them pop up if you are looking at the Discord chat. Also, I am going to make those of you on video disappear briefly until next week, in fact. There we go. Dave and Michaela disappear. We can see their characters instead. The reason being that I want to be able to mess about with the chat. So what I want to do is be able to write into the chat my template of our current set of awards. If you guys get tired of any particular awards or decide you don't want to award them anymore, we can always either stop doing it or switch.
Read the goddamn spell.
So we have 10 awards to award. I am going to make the OBS slideshow pop up in a second. I'm going to change the size slightly. So where's it gone? It's at the top. There it is. There be the slideshow. For some reason it started near the end. We want to start from the very beginning. Pause. Stop. Restart. There we go. So on our OBS overlay you will now see a massive trophy appearing right in the middle. We award 10 trophies. These are just for fun. They don't really necessarily add up to anything. If anybody fancies doing any analysis of who wins what, then why, first of all. But it is a little bit of fun just to get us having a bit of a chat about what has happened in the game, so that we can appreciate our fellow players and enjoy ourselves. First Blood is the one that we award for the first person to hit in the game, so it has a fairly rigid what's it? Come on, what's the word, brain? Criteria. It has a fairly rigid criteria for awarding. Who was the first person to lay the smackery today? I seem to think it was Feg. So,
I think it was Peg.
very good. So we move to the next one, which is called First Kill. This time, I think you guys only killed one thing today.
Yeah, it was Brock.
And it was Baroque. So First Blood and First Kill, easily awarded. The next one, I feel, which is Kill of the Week, we probably also can only award that to one person, considering only one person has done any killing. So that's Brock straight away.
It was a critical hit as well, so
It was pretty cool. I think this is going to be the Magnificent Brock show.
Yeah.
Because the Yoink Award.
Because I did most of the Feg did most of the work with it, and then Brock killed it. So
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, he took chunks out of me as well, but
I think because how many times did you hit it?
Twice.
Because that first one, which was a crit, was only for 8 points of damage, so that was a bit lame. However, you were both fighting it, and the person who killed it was not the person who started fighting it, so that has got to be Brock again, hasn't it? So if you guys, these are all quite combat related awards. If you guys would prefer some different awards, then we can change them. Fumble of the Week. We have to decide whether the Fumble of the Week still counts, even if it is undone by a hero point.
Well, I think the phase bolt fumble still happened.
It did.
Yes.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? We didn't undo that.
Stopped.
Yeah. So
By a hero point.
yes, because you were going to crit Feg, and then you hero pointed it and then missed. So yes. Okay. So, fumble of the week then goes to Ardria. We then have the Pincushion Award, which is awarded. Yep, that is awarded for.
Feg took a piecing.
I think Feg's the only one who took any damage, wasn't it? And Feg nearly got knocked out by that fumble. So these things do happen, and that sort of thing always fills me with wicked excitement. Best Supporting Role, sometimes known as the Insert Cleric's Name Here Award. That's either got to be Ivran or Brock, because they both did healing today, didn't they?
And about the same amount on Feg. But the Ivran was also doing the roguey sneaky thing. That was helpful.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
And I tripped up the ball.
Avoiding the bear.
Yeah, avoid the bear. Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's give that one to Ivran. Role Player of the Week. So I am occasionally, I occasionally make the point of pointing out that is the worst sentence ever constructed by man. So Role Player of the Week doesn't necessarily mean that you did heavy characterization and put on voices and stuff like that. It can be for that, and that is valid too, but you don't have to do heavy characterization to win the award. The point is that you are behaving in a way that is consistent with your character, even if that means that you are engaging in suboptimal play. So who is your role player of the week?
I think
Feg for
Feg did
running
run
into
into
a
that tree.
Yeah.
I was thinking. Shaking the branches.
Yeah, Feg shaking the branches, Feg running into the tree, Feg taking the long way whilst
climbing
under
on-
the decking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is,
And then not being able to get back up either.
yeah. That's role playing, man. You know, you don't have to. It's not all silly voices, is it? It's also knowing who your character is and behaving that way. Okay, let's click the button again. I have a cunning plan, my lord, immortalised, of course, by Tony Robinson as Baldric, who had many a cunning plan, my lord. Did anybody have a cunning plan, my lord?
I don't think so.
No real planning went on.
No, not in an ironic sort of way.
I mean, yeah. As plans go, yeah, it can go unawarded, or you could say that Ivran stopping at the door and getting the fighters in to go in first is a plan of sorts. It's not, it's not a very intricate plan, but
Yeah, that was the plan, I suppose.
okay. And then we have our final one, which is sometimes called the Spellbook Award. The Read the Damn Spell Description Award. So it doesn't necessarily have to be for a failure to read the damn spell description. I think the main thing is that it is a spell related award. But so much the better if there is hilarity involved in misinterpreting the rules. So who gets the Spellbook Award? I think there's only really one candidate. So
It's the phase bolt, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's give that one to
Surprise,
Ardria.
surprise.
Did anybody not win an award today? I think.
Sorry.
Well, we couldn't
Everybody
give her
did.
any awards because she wasn't here. So I
Well, the
think.
cat didn't.
Well, the cat isn't a player character. The cat is a familiar. So. So we have done 10 awards. We have recorded our first ever game for YouTube. I will post this. I will share the channel with you guys so that you can watch it back if you want to. I mean, you were in the game, so you don't have to, but feel free to share it with your friends. And I don't know. I quite like watching live plays, so hopefully people will enjoy watching ours. Let's call it there for now, and we will meet up again same time next week. After that we have 1 week off, and then the week after that we have a face-to-face session. So I am still working on possible solutions for recording whilst face-to-face in the local. It is doable. I haven't worked out exactly the best way to do it yet. It's either going to be a smartphone on a stick, or it's going to be Michaela's laptop. But either way, I have a number of webcams, so we could actually record multiple views if we wanted to get smart. But we don't have to overdo it. But yes, I hope you enjoyed the session. Have a lovely week, everyone, and catch you next time.
Thank you very much.
See you next
Everybody,
week.
good job.
See you later.
Cheers, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.